I went with Daoud back to Darfur because he was my friend. We'd been together in the war in 2004. We'd been in many battles together. He looked after me. He always looked after me. And as foreign freelancers, you know, our most important contact, our most important person is the local fixer producer who comes with us. But we'd lost touch, and I searched for him for many years and eventually found him driving, believe it or not, a yellow cab in New York City.
I had been living in New York after being imprisoned and tortured in my country, Sudan. But when Philip found me, I realized that great opportunity to help my people again. There's no peace in Darfur, still people are dying, so I need to help these people.
How far away from the border are we?
We are in Chadian border, something like 25 kilo from the border. A little bit strange. We need to wait until a little dark come. I want to get a truce.
Darfur ge raga gai khatari ta dar jadra turo.
Misa waji eri rajo.
احنا حاجه فقدنا واحده.
Darfur.
Yeah, two across the border.
Okay.
Probably night. Tough. What we gotta do? What we gotta do?
So it's after 5 years, 6 years, the government closed the border. It's not let anybody in, foreign journalists, especially foreign journalists, and we will not get any stories, and we will not get anything happen here. Here. This is a delivery helicopter.
इंशाल्लाह ताकि तो वर्गा नजर आए हाँ इंशाल्लाह तेरी लेर गए गैर आगे रुआ
Serious, no?
वो तेरी रिकॉर्ड दावले लेर गए कादिकुन गलो बड़ी बीदी
What's
बड़ी
going on there?
So, right now, the commander is talking with another commander of the field. It's a government offer for the Janjaweed to hunt it white guy journalists inside Darfur.
What?
The offer for a head like 5 billion Sudanese pound, which is 250,000 US dollars. So this commanders now confirm from his friend that they were searching for us, especially for you.
Jesus.
So we need to go hiding. We have to run for another 3 days or 4 days, who knows, maybe 6 days.
So it becomes apparent that we're being hunted. There's a bounty on our heads, $250,000, kill capture information. And I can't quite believe this at the beginning. I'm like, the government, a government has just put a bounty on a foreign journalist. So we're hiding, basically. So everyone in the area has gone crazy to try and find us. So we're going to try and lie low for a few days.
يلا القائد. Alice.
Do you think about being captured? What does that worry you?
No,
What will happen?
no. I will not be captured. It's not second time. That's my decision. I've been captured 2006. And this time different, but I can't let myself to be captured again with government even one day. Finish. I'm alive or I'm dead, not captured by government Sudan at all.
So we had another piece of news today, which is not good, which is basically this SIM card, which is my Thuraya SIM card. And we've learnt through the rebels' contacts that they have inside some of the government areas here that they've been tracking my phone. As soon as I'm in his car, it's a different feeling, there's a change. Even though your intuition tells you something, when you're in these situations, you can't go back. You can't step off the boat. Once you've made the decision, you're on that road. Daoud and I are now with the smuggler, and we're passing through this mountain road. We've been going about an hour. And suddenly this flash of lights in front of us, guns go off, bang, bang, men run to the side of the car. And I press the emergency phone number, and I take the tracker, which is like this big, and I put it in my pants, and then I just sit still, and I realise, right, it's all happened, we've been caught. So, 3 nights ago we got stopped at a roadblock and basically kidnapped. And we've had 3 days of being in chains by a government militia called Rapid Force. And anyway, this morning they've let me have my camera as we've tried to make friends with them. But we're still in chains as such. Daoud and I. Show Daoud's feet here. And mine. They're just over there. And we don't know if we're going to be sold to the government of Sudan or if we're going to be set free, because the militias are no real friends of the government themselves. Yeah, we've been left under a tree with just 2 guards now, and we'll see what happens. Here's Daoud waking up. Good morning, Daoud. How are you feeling? Not good. How many days kidnapped now?
4 days.
What did they do to us?
Man, nothing, just chain, tied.
They beat you at the beginning, though, in the car.
Yeah.
When we're left alone with these guards, they're bored. It's windy, it's dusty, they don't want to be there either. And I see that they found one of my cameras.
Give me.
We're just here with the... So I start to tell them how to use the camera, and I'm showing them how to take photos. But as I do it, I'm pressing the video button on the camera. So they're filming me and themselves. They don't know it. So our kidnappers are now behind the camera.
Okay.
As we're
يعني الدائرة ما تجي بس هكي بس مش
kidnapped in Darfur. And then at the end of each day, I'm taking the memory card from the camera and I'm hiding it on myself. So this is the situation. 5 days, 4 days. First day they hung us up in chains all day in the sun. Now we're good.
To be honest, I was worried about Philip recording. Still, this guy is hiding and they found it is gonna be trouble.
I feel that having this memory card, taking this footage, it empowers me. It gives me some sense of, okay, I'm captive and I'm passive, but actually I'm working. I'm back to being a filmmaker and I'm getting this stuff and it's good and I've got something that they don't know. And for me that was very important. I was a hostage.
ماشي ما سبت تاكل لك
Philip,
Yeah.
how does it feel to be a hostage in my country?
It's been shattering. But it just shows how scared this government are of any journalist, any independent assessment of what's happening in Darfur in 2017. And you, Daoud?
You're gonna be handed to government. Maybe they will give me free. I don't know where I go.
So this car comes towards us at night. And it comes towards us and it's the commander and he tells the two guys to put us in the truck. And he tells me that, right, you're going to be sold to the government, you're going to be given to the government. He tells Daoud that he's going to be released.
And after 1 hour drive, they stop and they took me out. They drive Philip south again and 2 o'clock morning, the middle of bush, they give me one water. They give me a cigarette. Daoud yella. Where we going? He said, we told you we were going to release you. And I left alone over there. I can't walk, and I left Philip, middle of nowhere. So I start fire my cigarette and keep looking at the stars. This is my first time we separated, and suddenly I felt I was very alone.
We set off in this convoy of 6 cars. And I'm told I'm going to be flown to Khartoum. And I know Daoud is somewhere, but I don't know where. I'm really very nervous. The fact that I'm still blindfolded and being hidden and not, I can't see anything. And in this car, they tell me that they're going to throw me from the back of a plane. Can't see, but I feel I'm brought onto a plane and I hear this big sound, whirring sound, like there's a ramp. And I feel the webbing, I wrap my arms and all the webbing. And I really beg them, I say, please, please, please don't kill me. Please take me off this.
In the morning, I saw the cars coming back. And I shouted, oh, I'm here. Oh, Daoud. Oh, are you okay? I said, I'm okay. So why you come back? They said, oh, things change. Then I'm blindfolded again. They put me in an airplane and going to Khartoum.
We're taken from this first interrogation, blindfolded, and when the blindfold comes off, there's a man in front of me in sort of medical scrubs with a syringe. I'm just thinking, what? Where am I? And then I'm picked up again, blindfolded, and I'm pulled and walked for maybe 15 minutes. Suddenly I'm thrown in a cell.
We are separated to different cells. And when I opened my eyes, I saw that there's no Philip there. After a few hours, I started to talk to my cellmates. And they told me, be careful. Sudanese intelligence, they come again any moment.
We're brought into what I feel is, or sense, is like this big space. And I look to my left and right, and it's a corridor. And then I see on my left is Daoud. And I try and catch his eye or think of something funny to say, but I can't say anything. I just like, this is shit. And that was the last time I saw Daoud.
Torture is like hell. I've been tortured 2006. I came again. I ran away from the country. I came after 10 years. And then again to this. This is, come on, this is government, it's crazy.
And I realized that this is the beginning of something new. This is now an interrogation. So then the interrogator asked me, what have you filmed and where's the footage? So I tell him that I filmed X and Y, but all the footage is gone. The militia took it all. But in my pants, within me, I have the memory cards. And then suddenly they all leave the room, and I'm alone in the room. And then the terror man, this man comes and just sits there, and I'm aware that there's about to be physical violence. So I want the others to come back, and I say, I'll carry on talking. But then he goes behind me and he cuts off my airways, and it's asphyxiation, and you feel like you're semi-drowning. And all the time I thought, because inside me I have this footage, you're going to beat me, humiliate me. But I've still got the footage, I've still got the film, and whatever you do, you don't know. So I wake up in this cell, there's some sort of light coming in, and there's a man next to me who shares his blanket with me, and he immediately tells me to stand up. He gives me a toothbrush and he makes me clean myself and stand up and, you know, just not lie in the corner as a victim. And, you know, this young man, he picks me up, and I realize that I have to accept his help.
Sometimes you need to get peace. Sometimes you pray for your God. Sometimes you sleep 2 hours and wake up, and your mind cannot stop to worry about a lot of stuff. Your life, your family.
The day is just painful, it's so long. There's nothing there, no book, no pen, no paper. You're not allowed anything, I mean, there's nothing, it's bare. So I devised a routine. I woke up always first. It would still be dark, but the first birds I would hear. And I would start to do exercise, so I would run on the spot. And in my head, I was running around East London, Victoria Park, this beautiful park by my house. And I knew the roads, and I was running, and it felt positive, and it was great. And then there was a sunspot in the cell, and it moved across the floor. And I would take that sunspot and hold it on my face, and I would move with it. And feel it burning my face, and this was just great, because I sort of thought it's raining in London and it's shitty and cold, but here in prison, I'm getting a suntan. And that was my sunspot, nobody could have it.
Sometimes I wake up middle of night and sing. You know, they were driving taxi, yellow cab in New York City. It wasn't so bad.
And then in the evening, the men we'd all talk. You know, if someone spoke some English, they'd translate, or I would try and pick up bits of Arabic or learn Arabic. Learn some stories and sayings. You know, so there was an exchange between us. There was one time, for some weeks, a man who could speak good English. I started to tell stories. So I told the Jungle Book twice, in chapters, and all the men would gather around and listen, and it would be translated. I told the story of Troy, and Perseus and the Gorgon, and Theseus and the Minotaur, and the fairy tales that I tell my son in London. You know, we laughed, and it was funny, and we had these moments together. Though these moments were brief, really. These men, academics, businessmen, students, pensioners, all without charge, they somehow found their own way to survive the torture and uncertainty of this prison. What they instilled in me was a discipline to stay positive and think beyond the prison walls. I was a filmmaker, journalist. I was suddenly seeing and being with people that I would never normally be allowed to access. This was the hidden Sudan. This was what the government was doing to its people. last time I saw him, he was being beaten on the floor of the interrogation room. Huh?
Cox.
Good?
Hey, how are you, Aid? Yeah.
Nice to see you. Great? You said
Yeah.
Alright, on time.
How you doing, man?
I'm good.
You feel, huh? Oh.